Hey guys, Astro here, back with another video, and today we are doing giving a new starved character a backstory. This time we have starved Peter Griffin. Now, I'd just like to say before the video starts that towards the end of this there is a tiny bit of Asian stereotyping, mainly because of the fact that it's in Family Guy anyway. If you're sensitive to that, then click off the video, or if you don't mind, just watch. I'll just tell you what it is. It's just Peter briefly mentioning the fact that for some reason people seem to stereotype Asians with eating dogs and other animals that are not usually eaten. But yeah, if you could you please join my Discord server, which will be linked down below, and boost it, as we're one boost away from getting level 1 perks. So could you please boost if you do join, as it would help me out very much. And please subscribe, as I'm less than a quarter away from 10k subs. Anyway, on with the video. Peter was sat down minding his own business when his TV exploded, causing him to get glass through his neck. Peter spoke out, "This reminds me of the time I killed a guy in a chicken costume and then I ate him and became a cannibal that is always hungry." Then Peter started to remember that day. It was a normal day in the Griffin household in Quahog. Peter Griffin was doing his normal things, such as sitting on the couch and doing absolutely nothing, until the chicken smashed through the window. Its eyes locked onto Peter, and it immediately smashed its fist into Peter's face, causing him to topple over the couch. Peter and the chicken locked eyes, hatred evident between them. Then Peter swung toward the chicken, managing to strike it across its face. "Look at that, you dumb chicken." The chicken, in retaliation, kneed Peter in the stomach and threw him into the kitchen, and soon got on top of Peter and started beating the life out of him. Then Peter reached his hand out and grabbed what he assumed to be a spoon or something non-lethal and jabbed it into the chicken's throat. Turns out it was a knife. The chicken immediately stood up, knife in its neck. It flailed around and walked into the fridge and collapsed. Peter then realized he had just killed someone, but then he thought, if this guy looks like chicken, would he taste like one? Then Peter started eating the chicken, and he was right. Soon his family came home, and he was still hungry. He got into an argument with Lois because he ate all the food, which resulted in him stabbing and killing and then proceeding to devour Lois. He then proceeded to eat everybody else in the house. He ate Meg, and he ate Chris. He almost got Stewie, but Stewie managed to hide from him. A few hours later, Brian came home from the bar, and Stewie immediately ran to him and said, "Brian, we have to leave. The fat man's gone crazy." As Brian was about to respond, Peter stepped into the living room and said, "Ah, Brian, just on time. I was beginning to think you wouldn't show up, and that would mean I wouldn't be able to conduct my offensive Asian stereotype on you." Brian replied, "And what would that be?" Peter replied with, "Eating you because you're a dog." Then Brian answered, "I'm sorry, Peter." And Brian pulled out a gun from who knows where. But Peter just laughed. "What's that going to do, Brian? You can't hurt me. I'm immortal." Then Brian just shot Peter, and Peter collapsed and died. Back in the present, Peter said, "Ah, good times," and then collapsed.